Good evening, parents, and welcome to our curriculum night here at Collins. We are very excited to have you here to hear more about the different things that your child will be learning this year. But I wanted to give you some information from just some different informational items that are important for you to have some knowledge about. So first, wanted to introduce some new staff that we have and some changes in our staff. We do have Miss Stedjink, who is teaching Young Fives and is also going to continue doing her STARS role. Miss Coleman is doing her halftime counseling here at Collins and halftime at Ada Vista. We have Miss Washburn, who we hired at first grade. We have Mrs. Bandick, who now is still the same teacher, but her name has changed to Miss DeBoer. Mrs. Schwartz has moved up to second grade and looped with her class. So we have those as our current staff grade classroom teachers. We also have Mrs. Nelson, who will be doing ELL. She'll be working with Mrs. Patterson and Mr. Robert to provide our ELL support to our second language learners here in the building. We have Mrs. Consola, who will be doing 31A or at-risk interventionist position. We also, I'm happy to announce that we did hire a new Spanish teacher, Mrs. Crampton. Our former Spanish teacher is now over at Northern Trails and Central Woodlands. But we want to welcome Karen Bunning. She will be starting this week, hopefully Wednesday or Thursday, in our Spanish position. We've had Daniel Hoffman, who has been filling in fantastically for the last 2.5 weeks, so we really appreciate all the support that we have there. One other new staff, we do have Laura McCartney, who is a 31A reading teacher, so we will have her helping assisting some of our third and fourth grade students. But that's some of our general new staff that have started working with us this year. So as I continue, I just wanted you to be aware that there are district assessments that kindergarten, first, second, third, and fourth grade students are required to take. So your child will be talking to you about possibly DIBELS, the Phonemic Awareness Screener, the PASI or the PSI. We also do Scholastic Reading Inventory, Discovery Ed, Running Records, Common Math Assessments. So there's lots of different formative and summative assessments that we do throughout the year just to gauge and make sure that all our students are making fantastic and growth and progress during the school year. So just know there are different times where students will talk to you about them being assessed in different capacities, but that is part of just getting to know and using our data to drive our instruction. So I want to continue. This week we are going to actually have our first Expect Respect assemblies. Our PTO has been fantastic in supporting some of our initiatives. They're possibly going to be bringing in a group who are associated with the Be Nice. It fits right into our Expect Respect. You know, my goal is for every student to know that, you know, they deserve respect when they're here, and they should give respect to everyone. So you'll get a chance to see the rubric that comes home to describe our program. Some of you are very familiar with it. Some of you are new. It just talks about some of the community building services and then some of the behaviors that we may need to redirect. You know, we try to teach kids about making positive choices and how choices can lead to positive and negative consequences. You'll hear a little more about Kindness Counts. We do a lot of different things where we're really focusing on the whole child and making sure that, you know, school is a good experience for your child. So, wanted to just clarify some of the homework policy also. You know, basically the homework policy is that for each grade level, they should be doing about 10 minutes. So for example, first grade should be doing about 10 minutes, second grade should be doing 20, third grade 30, and fourth grade 40 minutes of homework a night. Just trying to build our stamina with the homework. What I wanted to clarify is that if your child is doing more than that allotted time, just know that I've talked with teachers that they know if you sign off that they maybe were having some difficulty in math and they did their 20 minutes, say in second grade, that you can sign off saying we tried to do the math or we tried to do the assignment, and that you will still get credit. We don't want to use homework as a punitive or a frustration type of device. It is just reinforcement and extension of what we do in the classroom. So just know, like I said, is if don't have homework turn into a time where your child is getting very frustrated. It should be just a short reinforcement that the child is doing. A lot of it is reading. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking of homework. The last thing I wanted to cover is I just want to share with you how fantastic our PTO is. I am on now year 4 with being here at Collins. The PTO has been fantastic in our support for improving our instructional practices. The first year I was here, we purchased 30 netbooks. The next year we purchased iPads, about 40 different iPads, so a teacher has it, and we have about 8 iPads that we use, 8 to 10 iPads that we have in the front office that can be checked out for different activities, math activities, or other activities in the room. The PTO did sponsor almost $25,000 with that. And then last year, the PTO sponsored almost $35,000 to $36,000 in playground equipment. So if you see the Gaga pit, the 2 Gaga pits, that was sponsored by the PTO. We also have a newer section of the playground that was replaced. We had to take some older playground equipment out last year. So I encourage you, we are looking to start our Husky Hike fundraising, which is our big fundraiser. We really want to try to keep our fundraising efforts to a minimum. So I know we are starting the key card. We're doing that as our first fundraiser, and then we have our Husky Hike. And if we can raise enough of our money from those 2, then we won't need to solicit further donations or contributions from parents. So our goal is to try to keep our fundraisers small. So again, our PTO, if you get a chance, we do have meetings. If you look on www.fhps.net/collins/calendar, we do have all of our PTO meetings listed there. I encourage you to be part of that. PTO supports all of if we need core books or other things replaced. We also have gone to PTO, and they've been fantastic with just providing those resources that we need. So again, thank you for coming tonight. We really appreciate all your support. I'm going to have a little handout just to give to you for the different things that I covered tonight. But thank you again, and feel free to contact me or the teacher if you have any other further questions. Thank you.